Then as we close out the public ministry, when Jesus leaves the temple after teaching on Tuesday, that's the end of his public ministry. So he takes, according to Mark, just 4 of the disciples, but it may have been all of the 12, up onto the Mount of Olives. And there are so many passages in the Old Testament which anticipate not just the first coming, but the second coming, the coming of Jesus in glory. Whenever you read about the great and dreadful day of the Lord, a lot of the prophets were expecting Yahweh, Jehovah, to come and personally, destroy the wicked and overthrow their enemies. So I just wanted to read 1 or 2 passages and talk about this Olivet Discourse. Mark 13 is where I like to start. It's the shortest and earliest version of this, but you've already mentioned Matthew has a big expansion of it. And we also have what's called Joseph Smith Matthew, which clarifies a lot of it. So Jesus takes a few of his disciples up onto the Mount of Olives, which is just laden with so much importance and symbolism in the Old Testament. It's the highest point in the area of Jerusalem, just east of the city. It's a place where David had gone when he fled. When he was overthrown, but it's also the place from which he returned. And so this Mount of Olives Discourse is a place where Jesus can look at the temple in Jerusalem and prophesy of its future, which unfortunately is not good. It's going to be destroyed by the Romans, but there are going to be a lot of events at the end of the world, but it's also going to be the scene of his miraculous second coming. All right, so will you read Isaiah 34:4 for us?
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Isn't that interesting? We come back to the fig. That the heavens rolled together as a scroll. Some of you may remember from our study of the Doctrine and Covenants how often that appears, that imagery, as the risen Lord is talking to Joseph Smith about the end. Here's another one about the destructions and the glorious return of the Lord. Joel 2:1.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
And then I had another one I had looked up, and this is from Daniel. So Daniel in 7:13 said, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came down with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before them. And of course, there's a passage also, in Zechariah 13, of Jesus returning to where? The Mount of Olives. I often think that this Olivet Discourse served another personal function. I mean, clearly Jesus is letting us as later readers know the destruction of Jerusalem not long after his death and resurrection was anticipated. It's also to prepare us for the second coming. But I think it probably meant something to his disciples. This is the kind of messianic king they were expecting. Someone who's going to overthrow their enemies, right? That's why they were all cheering on Palm Sunday. And yet, in just a couple days, how are they going to feel when the Lord whom they loved is betrayed and taken and slain on a cross? They're going to be so disheartened and heartbroken and confused. But they could hold on to what Jesus had said. What you expected, my triumphal return, is going to happen, just not yet. So I think it probably served a real purpose for them as well.